Because that would mess with my random encounters.
Am I switching?
Being able to get encounters if you go or the show.
Okay, I will do that. Okay.
Should I be switching?
I've already switched the PS3 on the stream. Yeah.
Yeah. So just switch switch to number 2. Yeah.
And we're set.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, you ready to start timer when?
Very nice.
Excuse me?
And the other thing we have to do. Okay, I've updated the current game in. Get that list, David.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's read that through.
Stop it.
Okay, first off, someone start that DVD recorder there.
You want to start it?
I'm not saying.
Oh, yeah.
That was not recording.
Good thing.
Record.
There we go.
There we go. So, okay, we at least have that. Okay, we only need to kill and restart XSplit like once a day, so we can do this run as well. The microphone is already verified. The Twitch dashboard is updated. I need to do the crystals for the website. Okay, crystals for like website is updated. Reset W slash. Okay.
Not too bad.
I think so. Well, we ran a 90-second commercial, and I think we're actually a little back over.
Can people see us?
But
we don't have a show.
Oh, no!
Okay, we are good to start whenever you want.
Alright, sure.
Alright.
So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright.
Alright.
Starting.
May the dog just be with you.
15. So you won't get too many of those funny translation errors in this game. Somewhere along the way, Square stepped their game up and
Learn English.
learned English. But the first chapter of the game is pretty much mash X and dodge enemies.
Yeah. There's less of the mashing
Here,
X and dodging, just more of the dodging everything.
So you don't know because you never played this game, because a lot of people don't like it for some reason. In this game, you control only one member of your party, and if that person dies, it's game over. Luckily though, if it's game over, they just give you a retry option, and you can just go right back into it. It's like you don't even need to save.
Yeah, there's not going to be any run ending, but there will be safety saves on the off chance that I quit.
Or, I mean, something like a power outage, too, right?
Power outage.
Yeah. Acts of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, how's, I'm going to ask the chat how the volume is, because this game seems a fair bit quieter than FF4. Let's just see.
Oh, Cox North. I need him already.
Yeah, so that fight you can, if you can enter in everything really quickly and get a little bit lucky with the timing, you can get maybe 63 seconds, but 66 is going to happen pretty much every time. And considering you have 6 hours, it's really not that important to get those 3 seconds here.
I'm not quite optimized enough that those 3 seconds are breaking around yet.
Yeah.
Alright, here comes the
So
first
let's
dodge.
see what the game has in store for me.
Oh, he made it! He made the first dodge.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, it's about the easiest possible chain with that one on the left moving forward. If it just stands there, you kind of have to get
Sometimes
tricky.
the enemies will move
No.
slightly differently
Oh.
from what you expect, and then you get caught like that.
And getting caught is, in the grand scheme of things, not the worst thing as long as it doesn't happen 100 times.
Yeah, especially in these first few chapters. If you get caught, you just take them out and you're lost.
Well, I just got a Phoenix down, so I have 500 gil, and not having enough money is a problem. Whoa, these are really odd enemy encounters
Yeah, that
right now.
was strange. That's never happened before.
Yeah. Well, something to look forward to. Running in a straight line, for me, is about the hardest thing possible.
Those PlayStation 3 analog sticks.
Just me.
Or just zoning.
Yeah, you never know. Alright, so this is actually kind of a problem now that I realize. The contrast is really low, so in encounters, I very rarely am looking at the screen. I'm usually just looking in that circle in the upper right. And so the fact that it goes red with red dots and the TD's a little dark, this could be entertaining. It's all good.
We can change the settings when there's a lull.
Yeah, I'll live. I mean,
There's not too many lulls.
yeah, I mean it's not that big a deal. I just am gonna have to pay attention to it now. And so it's coming up here after this fight. Maybe I should wait for like 10 seconds. Here to kill him, Sass. Yep. So right here is scripted event, so we can, be really productive tonight. There it is. There's a little hidden animations in the game.
If you're Fang, she will face palm.
Yeah. All right. So here is basically the only trick in the game, in that it preys on the old school idea of if you can't see me, I can't see you. And so there's enemies that are supposed to be running in and getting me right now, but if I point the camera at the ground, they just hang back and let me run through, and that's pretty useful in unfortunately very limited instances. Oh, this is a long load. What am I doing? Oh, crap, this PS3's fast. I can't hear it. No, the PS3.
Oh yeah, the click.
Yep.
The PS3 makes a sound when
Cutscenes load.
cutscenes load, so you can skip them as soon as they load.
Yeah.
It's handy if you're trying to save as much time as you can.
Yeah. It's something I do just because I think it'll make me fast.
Like we said, that 3 seconds from the first battle, not important in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. This game doesn't have too much in the way of RNG trolling, but
It does have
its moments.
some.
It has its moments, to be sure. So 36 seconds is actually about the best time you can get on that fight. I think it's the best time I've ever gotten. I've gotten it a few times.
There we go, world record.
Yeah, sure. I'm horrible at hitting select. I just mash it. Alright. Snow.
Who has the biggest hitbox in the world?
He's a truck.
He may or may not have the biggest hitbox in the world. There's kind of the jury's out on why their characters have different hitboxes.
Supposedly it's been confirmed. So yeah, you can go left or right here, or you can do what I do, which is just run through the middle.
Sneak through there, that little crack
A
there.
little bit sketchy at times, but yeah. So let's see if I can get this. Never dodge this.
I'm convinced this one's undodgeable.
Well, it's possible.
No, I'm convinced.
Dylan's done it, and I have almost done it.
False.
So hopefully I staggered that panther, and I did. So I threw it short. So yep. No. This is pretty standard chapter 1 stuff.
Yeah.
And
There's not a lot of variation in chapters.
I kind of swooped into the middle there so that the soldier realigned to look at me. And that way, because if I just run him on the left side, there's a pretty high chance he would have just turned and ran right at me. And since I ran in looking straight at him, he aligned himself forward so that he would have to take a little bit longer to go by. And this again is going to be another time to use the camera trick. Hopefully, these guys got me in my last one.
Really?
Yeah, they just instantaneously went after. Usually they just let you run past.
Yeah. See, this is what we mean. Is there's not a lot of RNG, but every now and then.
And
This is another instance
so
of camera trick.
the reason, so you see the 2 arrows in the back there. Those guys should have run forward, but because I had the camera pointed down, they didn't, and the panther and the guy didn't react at all to me. But that's just what it does. When it works, it works, and there's really no way to prove it other than, see it when it doesn't happen.
And now we can discuss the weather, or
Yeah.
sit here and mash X for the next little bit of time.
Well, you can get really fancy and try and jump backwards and he's swiping and like keep your ATB bar refreshing and LeBron not throwing potions, but at the end of the day you save maybe 1 second. So
Really, just mashing X is the
yeah.
better thing to do.
Yeah, the beginning of this game is
Oh yeah, just wait for chapter 2.
well, I mean you have to set so much stuff up. And I mean, you gotta get there. You gotta get there. So what are you gonna do?
I always wonder, what if he gets that heave off? Every time you kill him, right, as he's using that heave, but...
Oh, he just knocks snow into the air. Usually you die. He dies before you hit the ground. Yeah, you go about a mile into the air. Like LeBrew has enough time to throw a potion before you come down. Jeez.
Yeah, usually you just kill him right as he's about to use heave, so I never see it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Myrmidon is the biggest troll.
So I waited a little bit there, and it's because this guy likes to jump around, and right now I have it timed so that when he jumps backwards, I'm ready to attack him. This is actually a bad angle, but since he jumps backwards and lightning is once she sets her target, she won't readjust. She'll miss, and since she's the main damage dealer here, that costs maybe 15 seconds in worst case scenario.
If you blow it, you can literally miss for 3 turns straight and be like, well,
yeah,
thanks for ruining that.
It's just really annoying. It's not really time consuming. It's just embarrassing and really annoying.
Yeah.
So let's see how fast Foxy. Oh, it's not that fast.
Yeah, when he's talking about how fast the cutscenes load, if you have a lot of stuff on your PS3, saves and that sort of thing, it will actually take longer to load the cutscenes. So I know Zoning, when he plays at
It's a
home,
brand new PS3. Oh
his
my gosh,
PS3
I didn't
is
hold down.
constantly wiped. He will just wipe it now and then just to keep the loading as fast as possible. And that is one of the...
This is a really annoying dodge, and
saves a lot of time if you
I
can get
more
it.
or less screwed it up pretty badly trying to get really close to that Panther, but this one is one that I can pretty well and truly just take my licks on if I have to. Throw grenades. Always
It's really,
a safe bet.
that's the strategy in Chapter 1, throw a grenade.
Yeah. And so that's why I equipped the power gloves. If you get caught here, it saves actually a lot of time because your grenades are much more powerful.
Power circle.
Power circle, yeah. Power glove is something we use later.
Comes a little bit later.
Oh. Trying to keep Godot behind me because I think you run a little bit faster if he pushes you, but he can also run in front of you and then you're stuck.
Yeah. There are times where the person following you will get in your way.
That was really random and it worked really well.
Yeah.
I have to really hit this X button. So this is where I would click. Yeah. Oh well. Not a big deal.
I can definitely tell the cutscenes are loading faster than on my PS3 though.
Yeah, no, this is great. 12:28. It's gonna be like a 13:10 for chapter 1.
It'll be quicker now.
Yeah. Well, on my PS3 it would be. Now it loads. Yeah, this is gonna be sub 13, so that's cool.
Yeah. We'll take it. The first few chapters is not where the time saving comes. So
There it is. That was weird though. Oh.
alright. So you remember at the beginning of Final Fantasy IV, I believe Puexel said Puexel said the first thing you always do in a Final Fantasy is turn the battle speed way up. we're gonna change that formula up a little here, and we're actually just gonna turn it to slow battle speed.
Yeah. So basically, I need Fortisol and Deceptisol to complete this game as quickly as possible. And the Sols and the Shrouds have a different drop rate from normal items, where a normal item drop rate increases with higher battle star ratings, and Sols decrease with higher battle star ratings. So getting a 0 star actually increases drop rates by 8 times. So because this area has a lowest drop rate is 12%, that means I have 96% chance to drop from any enemy that I get 0 stars on. Some of them actually have more than 100% chance to get it. Like this fight, I believe this should be 29 seconds. We'll have like 120%ish or something stupid high like that. So you're pretty safe. And the reason why I'm on slow battle speed is because these fights, if you just let Hope kill him on normal ATB, they'll be done too quickly to drop below 3 stars, which means that my Shroud rate will stay the same. So going to lower speeds means that I can drop Shrouds faster.
And how many Shrouds do you get? Do you farm in this chapter?
I'm going to get 5 Fortisol and 8 Deceptisol.
So, different routes farm slightly different amounts. It is quicker to farm them up and just run with them than to try and do it without. You'll probably die if you try to play this game without farming Shrouds.
You'll certainly have less fun.
Yes. So it is a necessary part of the game. It just is kind of boring to do, to watch.
Yeah, but I mean it's part of the necessity. So
instead we talk about things like the name of the enemy. These things are called Zwerg Scandroids. They're my favorite enemy in the game because of their name.
I like to put the camera right now.
It also allows us to comment on how blazingly fast your run is.
Yeah, this is new. Just speed.
Yeah, you're going really fast. I can't keep up. Were you just in a battle?
No, I mean it's tough to tell, right?
High speed, high speed. If you guys didn't know, Zoning did just crush the previous world record for this game 2 nights ago.
Zoning, you've got $10. What do you want to do with it?
Blindfold, proud flag.
Why just call any?
Yeah, let's just do that.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Thanks, Brett.
No problem, buddy. I got you.
Shoot, I should be more familiar with the.
Did you set the battle speed?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normal.
Yeah, I put it back in normal. And I'll do this.
Unless you want to see the chapter 11 cutscene or the chapter 12 cutscene.
Yeah. Trust me, I've seen him enough.
Right, you see cutscenes. How have you seen the cutscenes recently?
Oh my
Well, not
god,
recently.
that worked.
Yeah, so 3 grenades is the fastest you can do that.
But lately, I've been getting trolled. I think you have too.
Yeah, no, I got it my last run, but before that I've been having trouble. It seems like every 2 months a new thing works that is higher percentage, but I don't even know. So this is going to be camera trick again. Oh, I gotta shoot. No, I'll just get it off the Panthers. Yeah, I don't want to deal with them anymore. So those guys should have been at the bottom of those stairs waiting for me, but I hold them at the top. And it's kind of really random, but I am trying to get into these encounters with the chest available to be hit. And it saves marginal time because the character doesn't have to start walking then stop walking again. But it just makes me feel better. This chapter's slow enough as it is.
He is also, if you hadn't noticed, purposely getting into these battles not as a preemptive. If you run into the enemies before they notice you, you can get a preemptive and all their stagger gauges start full. And generally, if you're casual, that's great, but it's actually slower because in the start, your main character has to run up and hit every single enemy.
Also, for Shroud grinding, preemptive strikes increase your points by 1.2 times. You get a 1.2 times multiplier to it, so it becomes more difficult to get 0-star fights for these. And yeah, some of the later, there's a couple of flans that you have to fight in Chapter 5. That there's about 15 of them, and so Hope has to throw his boomerang at every single one, and it takes about 20 seconds.
Yeah, that's a huge time if you preempt that one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna drop this Fortisol here. Ordinarily, I do like a 4-7 and just hope I do 4 Fortisol, 7 Deceptisol, and I kind of hope that the RNG grants me the ones that I want during the run. But I think for a marathon, it would be a better idea to not do that.
I was trying to convince him to do segmented strats, where you literally just go for luck and get that 4% drop rate 100 times in a row.
Yeah, I just drop them off the bosses.
He wasn't having it, though. He said, nope, we're going with marathon strats.
Yeah.
That's boring.
I know, right? I can't, I don't know. I'm just that guy. So, back when I was doing, way back when, my segmented run of this game, I used to be able to not have to pull that Panther forward, and you could just run by him on the left side. And after about 2 weeks of RTA, that has never, ever worked once for me. I don't know. I must come in differently, but what are you gonna do? Oh, jeez. Yeah, my other droid's gonna be nice.
And you said
This is another one where it should take a certain number of hand grenades. But sometimes those droids will just run off to the sides and not get hit by the hand grenades, and then you're like, well, now I have to kill them individually.
Yeah. All kinds of good fun.
I mean, like, all these things are like 1 second, 3 second losses, and generally if they happen, you don't worry about it, but if they all happen in one run, it's just, they start to add up.
This is how well the menus are optimized. Like holding down for about 2 seconds before it lets me go with it. Oh man.
So we're just about past the most boring part of Chapter 2. It's just going to go ahead and do all the fights he did as Vanille and Hope last time again, because why not?
Yeah, these are 24-second fights, or they can be anywhere between 23 and 25, so just 24 seconds. The Panther's 29 seconds, and so you save 10 seconds for each Deceptisol and 5 seconds for each Fortisol about, and you have to run backwards and forwards, but that's only about 20 seconds that you lose, so it ends up working out to your advantage. Plus, the other thing is that these encounters have higher base drop rates than 12%, which the ghouls do. The ghouls later in the chapter have 12%, and so in 8 times on that only puts it at 96, so there is a chance that you won't get a Saul. Obviously a 4% chance, but it does happen, and because it happens so often, you very rarely notice. And so you can get quite far in and not have
A Deceptisol?
which, as Brett can definitely tell you, is not something you want to be dealing with later on.
Yeah. Now, I guess we've just been assuming that everybody has played the game and knows what a Deceptisol and Fortisol and
Oh yeah, I guess
Aegisol does.
Sneak Smoke and Power Smoke would probably be more explanatory.
Yeah, that's true. In the Japanese version, like, the translation is actually Sneak Smoke and Power Smoke. Deceptisol just makes it so enemies can't see you unless you're zoning coming up against a wyvern, because then it'll just chase you around despite having the Deceptisol on.
That guy was all over me.
Fortisol's just the next battle you get in, you instantly have haste, bravery, and faith. And then there's also Aegisols that puts on Shell, Protect,
Veil and not whatever the opposite of curse is, vigilance.
Vigilance, yeah. And then there's Ether Saws, which are basically just Ethers and replace all of your TP. But you don't get many Ether Saws, and you certainly don't get them or need them at this early in the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just killing's work, Scandroid.
Yeah, this is everything you would ever hope about a Final Fantasy battle system. Not doing anything.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gotta happen. So, I mean, compared to Orphan 1 fights, I think I'll take this.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say something else, but I forget now. Oh, the English version of this game
Whoops.
differs slightly from the Japanese version. Basically, the Japanese version is version 1.0. The English version is version 1.1. So some of they're kind of minor changes, but you do notice them. Things like in the Japanese version, you can use shrouds while still moving, whereas in this game, your character stops and then you have to select it and then you can keep running again. For that reason, when you're using shrouds in this game, if you can, you want to use them while the character is, say, in the middle of jumping, because then obviously they just don't stop their jump.
Yeah.
What are some other differences?
Other differences, there's some cutscenes where you can move direct, like you have to wait in this version of the game. I'll have to wait for it to load or do something before it gives you character control
behind the character.
And in the Japanese version, you can just start running immediately. There's things that aren't necessary for speedrunning, like you can preempt some enemies and you can't in this version. And why are you guys looking at me? Turn around.
And of course, these guys decide to control. Like quite often, you can just run straight into these guys without stopping to preempt them. This is one fight you want to preempt because you're not looking to get a shroud off of.
Yeah, these guys, you lose about 10 seconds not preempting them, so you have a pretty long time to wait. I don't know why I canceled that, but whatever. And so it's not a complete deal breaker. That guy has about, what, negative 2 HP on him right now? He has no HP now, so that's good enough.
And the only reason you want to kill them is for that treasure chest, treasure spear, whatever you want to call it. It has the
power spend in it, and by putting that on and equipping it on lightning, it makes some fights easier. But its main purpose is, or at least was, it's kind of become obsolete now. But because it raises my strength, that means that the target time for fights is lower, and so it doesn't take as long to get to that 0-star rating. And considering this guy, let's see if I can dodge him. Oh, I messed it up.
so easy zoning. Come on.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to swing his arm, and then I was going to try and dip under it, and I messed up my camera.
Which, when you first start out, you will do a lot.
Yeah.
The camera in this game is, I don't know about anybody else, but to me it feels sluggish.
Well, here's one random thing, is on the Xbox, if anyone noticed, at the beginning of this run I changed my camera, and on the Xbox, that's the standard camera, is set to what they call standard on this, and on here it has like a reversed, one of the axes is reversed, and it took me like 2 or 3 runs on my PS3 to like really figure out what the heck was going on. 2 or 3 runs through chapter 1, because it was just really confusing as to why they would change that between the Xbox and the PS3. But I don't know. They've done some really weird things between those 2 versions. I think I could kill him. There we go. And so running into that guy is not too horrible. It's like 20 seconds to get the Decepticon. And so I should have 5 and 6 now. Or 5 and 6, yeah. So I need to... We're going to try and get lucky. So this would be a 12% chance to drop this. And if you get it... There we go. So we'll see. No, oh well. And it just kind of is something you can do because it takes a while for him to stand up anyway, so that's really only like 5 seconds you lose, and you gain 30-ish when you get it, so it's not horrible.
Yeah, there's little things like that where you can try and manipulate the luck a little bit.
You just hope.
you just sit there and I hope I get something. I don't know how zoning does these fights, but for myself, to know when I can attack the seed, I wait until the stagger gauge is at 106.5%, and then it drops down slowly, and once it hits that decimal, that's when I know I can kill it.
Yeah, I actually go a little bit before that. It's right in the middle of the 5 when I hit X. And I just use that percentage of how far the bar's gone down. So if Saz does it like right now is when I would attack. And that's just really it. You kind of want to be really fast on these because you obviously don't want to spend a minute waiting for Saz to kill it, even though it's only like 40 seconds. But it's better to be on the slow side because if you're too fast, then you get a 1 star, so it's a 48% chance instead of 96% chance. So you like just wasted 40 seconds. And then I forget to hit X, so whatever. That's like 2 seconds. Yeah. And we'll just check. So let's see. Come hither. No, not you. The other one. Here. Yep.
Good enough.
And because I've gone over here, they'll turn and look at me, and then back up, and then I can run by on the left side.
It's actually trickier than it looks. Those guys don't always charge at you, so that went smoothly.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always.
So I'm curious, when would be a good time to do the drawing for the Final Fantasy IV prizes?
Anytime. There's going to be a fight. I'm just about to do Anima, and that's about a minute, and then there's like 2 minutes of cutscenes, and then there's another 2 minutes of running around, so after Anima would probably be perfect. Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I kind of used up all the really good time where I was just standing around like an idiot.
So you can see they've kind of got like pink bubbles around them right now. That's the Forestall. You can also see on just below the mini map it says, "Oh my God, you're giving me headache zoning." It says Shrouds, and then it had like some icons, and that's just showing you which one you have on right now.
There's cool.
And the first real boss battle.
Oh, it's Dez and Snow Mist. That's too bad.
Please, you guys.
We're just gonna do the basic strat then.
Basic strats. There is a way that you can, because he will regenerate those arms, there's a way, if you do it in the right sequence, where you can kill him without him regenerating those arms. So what's nice about killing both the arms is now he doesn't attack. You just get a wail on him for about half his health. But then obviously the arms come back and you gotta deal with them again.
And I'm right now I'm kind of trying, I'm not really trying, more hoping that Lightning shoots herself into that left corner and gets stuck so that she doesn't backflip, so that she doesn't have to run forward then after it, but 32 to 30 is okay. Alright, so yeah, if you wanted to do any drawings or anything now, you
Prize draws. Okay. It's the first time I've done any, so I hope I do them correctly. With tracker here. Let's see. Actually, I can pop over here. Let's do prize cam for this. I'll just put it in front.
these fights, not actually all that exciting. Skills are pretty standard.
We'll live. I'm just gonna be running for like 5 minutes.
See, huh?
Okay, so just in case you don't remember, here are some of the amazing prizes that we're going to draw now for Final Fantasy IV donors. We have the Final Fantasy IV button set, Final Fantasy IV Advance, the UMD version of Final Fantasy IV, the, what was that called again? Sorry.
Complete collection.
Complete collection, yes. Thank you. Thank you, Rennie, for
And
saving
the
me.
promo.
Yeah, the
Promo
promo copy. We also have that adorable plush Chocobo and the equally adorable plush Moogle, as well as the Last Story signed poster. So, if I'm doing this right, we should hopefully find out who wins some of these things. So, first up is the FF4 characters button set, done by Kiro, that we will draw. And we need to fix a few things up before we do the draws, because the tracker is misbehaving. So, we will try this again in a few minutes, and hopefully it's less of a fail.
I hear there are some FF13 prizes though.
What would those be? Style points.
Yeah. No Force Soul at all.
Okay, this is the best dodge of this chapter. I call this this guy Gandalf because you cannot pass. So just to the left there, it's just standing in the way. Oh wow!
I've kind of actually figured him out.
Really?
Yes. Usually the idea of a speedrun is to run as fast as you can everywhere. And 13 kind of breaks that convention early game, and for that guy, if you let him turn around and start walking, if he's in the action of walking, he'll usually just keep on scrolling out of your way. And before you had to wait, you generally had to wait for him to turn around inside the encounter, and so you can have a lot of fun with all sorts of seats coming in from everywhere trying to hit you. But yeah, recently I've been getting that guy every time using just letting him walk forward a little bit.
There were times though where it just seemed like he wasn't gonna move.
Yeah, there are definitely those times. Yeah, there's a couple where the fights seem like they were intended by the developers to be mandatory. So far I've skipped 2 of the 3 of them. That's not a cutscene.
King of RTA.
That's right. This is why we would be safety saving in Final Fantasy 13, even though there is a retry option. And yeah, I was hoping the other Panther would get out of my way. This isn't really a deal breaker to me at all, because I want to get Wicked Fangs and other such stuff so that I can upgrade in Chapter 5, and you can sometimes not be able to do so if the game has not given you enough items. So dropping some stuff off of them is always good, and so there's a Wicked Fang. And it doesn't seem like much, but I have definitely I have several times been either one component short, or I got it on the very, very last component I used, so it's somewhat
It does happen.
So yeah, are we going to do the FF4 prizes before we look at 13 stuff, or just trying to figure out something?
What are the prizes during 13?
We have 4 Final Fantasy 13 2 steel cases with an art book included inside. Doesn't have a copy of the game, it's just the steel case that was released in Europe. A Final Fantasy 13 Xbox 360 faceplate. They can put it on the front of your 360 and make it all pretty. And I believe...
So if you can't keep up with his menuing, neither can he apparently.
Goodness gracious. All my timing's gone.
And the final prize on 13 13 is a copy of Final Fantasy 13-2 along with I believe it's a collector's edition guide.
Yeah, I believe the art of Final Fantasy 13 too.
Very nice. So ordinarily this boss will use a move that will wreck your party. Oh, I did my stuff out of order, I'll live. But I'm going to get this lever off so that lightning uses attack on auto battle, and then I'm going to shift paradigm so that I don't get interrupted by that attack. And then, if I've done everything right, I should be able to stagger cancel Crystal Rain so that I don't get wiped out by it. And now I'm just going to wail on it.
Yeah, so if you don't time that properly, you'll use Crystal Rain, and that'll take you out, and it'll be game over, and you have to retry. But staggering enemies, when you get filled or chain gauge in the top right, that will usually interrupt whatever action they're doing at the time. So if you stagger him right as he's about to start Crystal Rain, he doesn't use it, and then you beat him up, and you win. He loses. GG.
So right now, for people who aren't familiar with the game, the reason why I have two redundant paradigms and I'm switching between them, every 12 seconds you have a refresh of your ATB available, just designed into the game so that, I don't know if it was to make the battle smoother or something, but taking advantage of that is definitely desirable. So right here you see I made 2 Relentless and 2 Try Disaster paradigms, and that's just so that I could paradigm cancel on the coming bosses.
I guess we should maybe explain the paradigms too. Your characters can be one of 6 roles. Not obviously at the beginning of the game they're not all unlocked for every character, but they can be a commando, which deals damage and it's like a leader type role. Ravagers, who typically deal magic damage and raise the chain gauge quicker. Those frogs are being
Scooch!
Trolls!
Right.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no, he jumped back. Okay, there we go.
Oh my goodness.
He's
Frogs, please!
There we go. Alright, so I don't like frogs. I really don't like these frogs here.
Anyways, there's also a Sentinel, which is like a tank. They just absorb damage. Synergist, which buffs your party. Saboteur, which debuffs the enemy. And Medic, which does the healing. So your paradigms is any combination of those roles, and he didn't want to be in that battle, so he just retries it.
Well, I think I made it to the other side of the battle, and I did. So yeah, that Panther chased me outside of the encounter zone, so retrying led me to be on the other side. And since I'd already fought the Panthers earlier, I already have like sort of the extra Wicked Fangs that I don't really want, but I'm okay with. And hopefully that guy jumps forward.
Oh my goodness, how did you squeeze through there?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that wasn't exactly the shortest hop you could make, so I could do that if I was on the edge. But yeah, that frog can jump right into your way.
Yeah.
Oh, she also early. So right here is a cutscene in Japanese version. I could already be on the bridge. Like it's not a lot of time, but.
So I think this is the first time you use a Decepticon.
Oh yeah, we should point out Decepticon canceling.
So this is the first kind of trick that you can. Well, I guess second.
It's an exploit for sure.
Yeah, it's an exploit. Basically, if you get into a battle with the Shroud, you get automatic preemptive. But if you
with the Decepticon.
or sorry, yes, you're right. With the Decepticon, you get an automatic preemptive. But if you retry that battle, it just gives you the Decepticon back.
Well, it's a design so that if you use like a Fortisol or something to try and beat some boss, and then you die, and you have to retry, then you can get that Shroud back because they're so rare. And so what this takes advantage of is using Sneak Smoke to sneak by difficult to dodge encounters, and then using that retry option to get the stall back. But because I ran past the encounter, it sets my respawn point on the other side, and so I can skip very difficult to dodge mobs by using that. So it's pretty
And
nice.
the Japanese speedrunning community for this game actually don't allow it in their RTA rules.
Yeah.
We accept it, and we're okay with that. So, but that basically means that Japanese runners have to farm a few more sols in Chapter 2.
Yeah, they'll usually run with about 13, where I used to run with 7.
Keep in mind though that they do get the advantages of you know, things like being able to move while using shrouds and that sort of thing.
Yeah, nobody in the 13 community is really bothered about it actually.
Yeah.
So generally, for the races, it's just kind of run whatever you want. The only rules are when you should start and stop your timer.
Yeah.
Which is cool. I'm really regretting drinking that on my
Yeah. So are we gonna have a handoff here? Or?
Nope, I got this.
You still got about 5 hours to go.
Yep.
Alright.
Hopefully people donate for Chapter 11. Or Chapter 11.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no. That was poor foresight. Is the donation tracker still in meltdown?
What is when I input the start and end times of FF6, it didn't like the 24-hour time, so it said it's instead of starting at 6 in the evening and going till 11 something in the evening, it said, oh, that's or 10 something in the evening. It said, oh, okay, yeah, sure, you started at 6 in the morning and went till 10 something in the morning.
Oh.
And then when we tried to draw the prizes, it went, oh, no one donated during FF4. So I'm looking for a workaround right now to find a different way to input the start and end times for the games. That way I can click draw and there will actually
It'll
be
actually
one.
work.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think I have this figured out now. I'm going to try to do one draw, but this time I'm not going to do it with the camera on the prizes and all the drum roll and everything. If it works, then, you know.
No preamble, just...
Yeah, exactly.
Have there been any donations since 13 started?
Yes, I just haven't had a chance to read any of them
Oh,
because...
just cut me off.
Anytime you want.
No, I meant I haven't had a chance to read them because I've
You're
been
trying
trying
to figure it out, okay.
get
Yeah.
the...
Yeah, if you ever need to cut me off, please feel free.
Yeah, we're kind of filling time right now. There's a bit of running around here.
Well, hopefully this works. Try to do a...
Do you think cut the run?
There's another
No.
Decepticon cancel.
No?
I think he did another one there while we were talking as well, so you've seen 3 now.
I'm all off time now. There it is.
And my favorite part of the early game that's coming up, I just think the music is the best in this area he's going to be entering, called the Gates of Antiquity. Just thought I'd throw that little tidbit out there since I got nothing else to say. I hope you enjoyed it.
FF13 really has a great soundtrack.
Yeah, I have a lot of people that come in my stream that generally their opening comments are not a lot of people, but certainly there's a number that come in and their comment is something along the lines of, I hate this game, but I love its soundtrack. And it's rather, I don't know.
Yeah, so this is the
Hey.
music I'm talking about. It's soothing, it's really relaxing.
Yeah, okay, please, thank you.
I was worried you were going to get caught by him again.
Those guys are so fast.
I camera trick that.
I just hope for the best.
I just give her and whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Sounds like something's blowing.
Is it still giving you some running
Yeah, so I would like to congratulate the winner of the button set. Sum 82.0, winner 48, result 31.13571031567927.
You get
Congratulations!
You get these.
Let's call this broken still. We're gonna have to wait a while on the draws. While I I don't even know what to say to this. This just gets copy pasted to the people who wrote this code.
Guys, what did you do? we're almost at another boss battle here.
Garuda and Shiva, yeah, sure.
Shiva, for sure. Well, I mean...
Even though, I think it's Nyx constantly cures you while you fight
yeah,
Surya.
but you can just time out. Not in a speed run.
It's hard to time out in this fight.
It is if you don't know what you're doing.
Well, there is that, yeah.
I think I did it just to see what would happen.
Oh, yeah? Let Doom run out?
Yeah.
Turns out Doom kills you. Who knew?
Yeah. I wanted to see if there was like some special animation or something. There isn't.
No,
Yeah.
you just die.
Yeah. You just die and then they say you dry. I kind of like it though when games put cutscenes in, like for failure in a specific place. I think it's kind of cool.
It is.
So...
Oh, here's the wacky ATV cancels.
Yeah, I was about to say, kind of pay attention to how he's shifting, and you'll see his bars just full.
So I said earlier it's once every 12 seconds, but you can somewhat take advantage of that. If you notice, I think that's 3 in a row. And it just has to deal with when you're shifting and how the game decides it wants to do stuff. So this first one, if you shift while in the air, it will skip the beginning animation where the first time that you shift in a battle, it will always do an animation. So because I was in the air, it will skip, which gives me an ATV cancel because that's the first one in the game. But because I haven't watched this, that lets me, then I watch it and I get another cancel because of that, and I need to fire that off. And now it's been 12 seconds since the first cancel, so I get another cancel.
So it's kind of just...
And it saves, it can save time depending on who Garuda decides to hit with the lightning attack. And so you basically stagger so that it doesn't do its bolt, which will just eat up time like crazy.
And now you just let lightning...
Oh, it's too early because of thing. I'm not really concerned about this.
Yeah, it's a pretty...
Yeah, that
easy
wasted
fight.
like 4 seconds being in the run paradigm. But I'm not going to do it really dumb. That's going to be like 127. 129.
Alright, this fight coming up with Snow is kind of a scripted battle where you'll kill some guards and then some more will run in. But if you kill the initial set of guards quick enough, the second set just don't. They're just like, oh no, that guy's too scary, man. He killed them really fast. So they just don't attack you.
Yeah, it has a little timer that more guys keep coming in, because you're supposed to lose this, you're supposed to die, and then your summon comes and yada yada. But
if you're good.
And it's very odd, you have to kill them in this order. You would think just killing the 3 of them, but I've had very little success, if any, killing them out of little.
Oh!
He got in there!
No!
Brett.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
that actually just doesn't happen very often at all.
Yeah, well, I'll just do that. So there we go. So I skipped the next wave. That was too bad. So that's why there's so many in that cutscene, is because they're supposed to all be there killing.
Alright, so this is the first Eidolon battle. If you don't know how it works, there's a little gauge above her head there, and you gotta fill that up. And you fill that up by building the chain gauge. So for this, you basically throw Blizzard at her to build the chain gauge, and then when she does that ATV charge and the attack afterwards, if you shift to Sentinel, it'll build it quicker. Now, the name of zoning split for this after this battle is called Steel Guardless, because there's actually a trick he does where normally you have to be in Steel Guard to really build the Eidolon gauge there, but it's like a really narrow frame window for this ship.
Brett, just give it up.
I'm just trolling.
Yeah, it's
actually
a common misconception that you have to take these hits with to be in Steel Guard, or like you'll die, or you won't get the chain, or whatever it is. And it's just counting whether or not you're in Sentinel. So the reason I'm constantly shifting is I'm ATV canceling constantly, along with taking any hit taking any hit, canceling the fact that she can, if she hits me while I start an animation, she can stop my ATB and stop me from using my spell. And so that's why I shift back and forth, is so that I always have fresh ATB. And you can also somewhat build the gauge like 0.08% every time she attacks you while in Sentinel.
So it's needlessly complicated the way he does it, and it saves about a second.
Yeah, you generally get about 120. The reason I didn't get that, I got 123 this time, was because I shifted too early after the first one, which means I had to charge my ATB for 3 seconds. So, yeah. But yeah, woo.
Steel Gargoyles, yeah.
Chapter 3 done. You were reaching, Brett.
I was reaching. I was like, I don't know how to pull this off anymore.
Alright.
Chapter 4 has probably the most terrifying to chase you.
It's got birds.
It's got birds.
It's got birds. Oh my, poor birds. Yeah, you guys got that panther. Can we get the next one? Thank God.
They will occasionally just throw spells at a dead enemy, and you're like, well, good.
Yeah, I mean, it happens. I'm so interested in what's going on.
Play this game though.
I'm not privy. Very privy. So yeah, this cutscene, there's a couple you can skip before the cutscene's actually there, just because of how this game loads them. So that's one of them, not actually in a cutscene, you can still skip it. So here come panthers and dogs and droids and oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, where are we running this to?
Worst.
I waited too long. Well. Yeah, dodge is rather annoying.
Yeah.
So every time you fail it, you have to wait for this green one to run out. Oh, that one in the background is really at a horrible angle. But as long as no one comes in from the back. Okay, yeah.
Always left, never not left.
Never not left.
There's a surprising number of monsters in this game where you want to just stay left to dodge them. So I always say that. Always left.
Side, safe side. And then I go down the right side through here.
Yeah.
All 3 of these dodges are actually dodged on the right side.
This is true.
But yeah, later in the game, left side is the safe side.
And there's him just canceling the Decepticol again.
There we go. Time to go right for once. I'm gonna get on the ledge. Well, we'll see actually how quickly this PS3 loads.
If you have like a clear PS3 that loads really quickly,
You very rarely will jump onto the ledge. Like it's very, but if you lag, yeah. See, if you lag, you'll like retain character control through that, even though it's forced, and you'll jump up there and hang out for a little second. I don't know.
it's just something you do for good luck.
I've done this run a few times. It's the little things that get you through. There we go. Now we got menus that we need to skip. And we need to put. We need to hit up. There we go. Oh. Okay.
I'm still blown away by how fast you can.
If I could press the right button, you know, maybe it'd be good. But yeah, I don't know why I set 2 underlines actually. I just do, but I never really actually use them. Just have them. But what are you gonna do?
So this fight is like a 3-way fight, I guess you can say. The droids are fighting the robot, and you're fighting both of them. So they just beat up on each other, and you just kill them while they're doing that, and it's good.
I guess I can make it cancel. Oh, I guess Vanille's hit everyone. So basically, I had Vanille stagger the Pulseford soldier so that the watch drones would kill it while I buffed. And now I need to kill the watch drones before they kill me. And they're actually pretty good at it. They haven't done it in a very long time now, so. Yeah, I'm fine now. That was really weird they didn't use Electro Kick. Usually they use it right away.
Yeah.
Not complaining though.
Alright, and now for some of the
They just
just these next couple of dodges will.
Oh yeah, this is one of the RNG moments of the game.
Yeah.
And if it goes well, you will question why I say it's an RNG moment, and if it doesn't go well, you will believe me completely. So these guys ran out of my way.
Nice.
Yeah.
So because they don't target you, you can't force them to run anywhere. So if they want to stand exactly where you're trying to run, you can do nothing about it. So
Yeah,
like this.
so this looks awful. Ooh.
So they go where they want to go, and you really can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
See, like that one can delay you for like 30 seconds.
This next encounter I've lost about 3
Yeah.
minutes on, more than
Yeah.
once. Because these panthers just block up the entire area, and they jump backwards constantly, and they sprint through everywhere, but that was actually
But
really
of course
good.
he
Yeah.
just
First try.
manages to do it just fine, and everybody's happy.
Yeah, so that was really quite good. But yeah, oh man. Now I need to remember to set this paradigm. So 58 is like 3 minutes behind my run on Tuesday, I guess.
Yeah.
That's coming from shoot.
Oh.
Oh well, you kind of have to blind preempt to strike this guy, but it's not a big deal if you don't. Preemptive, it's just 5 seconds. Yeah, it's because I grinded those 2 extra stalls, which cost a minute and a half, ran into that one encounter. That's what 30 seconds.
He knows exactly how much time every itty-bitty mistake will cost him.
I'm sure I'm not alone here. So I'm just ATB canceling hope right here, and that way I don't have to charge my ATB bar again, and I can kill him quicker. There we go. And that's all, so I can get Hope's weapon. And somewhat common question I get asked is, why do I use the weapons I use when there's obviously weapons that are better, either stronger or they have better perks? And the reason I use the weapons I use is because they are the cheapest and they are the least useful for me to sell. That weapon I picked up is worth less than the one I have, so it will become Hope's new weapon, and he will cherish it for the rest of the run. And there's really no other reason besides that.
And those are the birds that we were talking about. That one is
Those
not
birds.
too scary, but oh my goodness, those birds.
Very amiable. The ones later at the top of this hill.
Nightmares, man. Nightmares.
The birds run about 3 times faster than you run, and they do not run in straight lines. So it becomes rather difficult to predict anything about where they're going.
And they don't always stop once you leave their encounter zone.
Yeah, I've had one chase me for a while.
I've been like outside the encounter zone and been like, okay, I'm safe. I'm gonna stop running. Oh.
Well, that one right up the hill there is actually chasing me all the way up this ramp once. So I'm going to run like this, and then hopefully that guy jumps out of the way and no one runs into my back. There we go.
It's heart attack every time.
And hopefully this guy decides to not charge me. He didn't, so that's cool. So that's the first one down. There's another one later.
So again, you're probably wondering, what's so bad about this? Because he's just getting it to work out in his favor.
We will find out later. Just believe. Oh man. So 101.48. I cleared this menu at 1:53. No, 1:51.
I didn't see the first part of that.
Yeah, no, it was pretty under the radar, and then like everyone showed up. I think my really kind of trickled in the last hour.
Okay, I think we have finally figured out the drawing.
Yeah!
Oh my goodness!
Yes, so that part is good. We still have the trouble with run times not adjusting properly, but it looks like we can actually, do draws for people.
Awesome. Well, now is a pretty good time before the fight with whatever his name is, Dreadnought.
Okay, I'm just gonna duck across the front here.
Sounds good.
And let's see what we can do in terms of actually drawing some prizes for FF4 now. Can't go much worse than last time, so at the very least I won't make a bigger fool of myself.
So this bird he actually wants to get into a fight with because he has to push a button behind.
Okay.
So it has to
That's
pass.
cool.
Alright, so the first prize that we are drawing for is the Final Fantasy IV button set here. And the winner is... I'm probably going to butcher this, but I'll try it. It is Willie Zielak.
Let me see that. Willie Zielak would probably be how I'd try it.
Oh, okay, well...
I know a little bit about Polish pronunciation.
So,
if that's what it is.
Yeah, congratulations on winning that prize.
Actually, I think that might be Lithuanian. Anyway.
So, the next prize...
Isn't it Russian studies?
Yeah. Well, actually, I know a little bit more about Lithuanian, mostly because my uncle's last name is Lithuanian. It's Swinell. The DZ.
So the next prize that we're going to draw for is the copy of Final Fantasy IV Advance. So let's try this and hope it works. Then cross your fingers. Alrighty. The winner of that is Mike Vedzel. So congratulations.
We're just starting the Dreadnought fight here.
This first thing is not.
Yeah, the first phase.
There is one part in the second one where I would like to actually have to pay attention because.
Seriously? Okay.
Yeah, no, this is fine. This is nothing.
Alright, just call serious time whenever you want.
Fair enough.
The next prize that we are going to draw is Final Fantasy IV Complete, the UMD. Promo edition. Yes, I keep forgetting to add that. Thank you, Brittany. And picking a winner there. The winner is Duck Fist. Congratulations.
Yay, Duck Fist.
Rude.
Rigged.
Now, hopefully the winner will get this little chocobo that we might have to keep step away from it. Because it is pretty adorable.
Is it book coin?
Yeah,
Oh,
one with the
watch
book.
out.
So, this is from Roy's Toys, a company in the UK that specializes in video game merchandise, and they were kind enough to send this to us. And the winner of the Scholar Chocobo is...
That was interesting.
Jennifer Blankers. Congratulations on winning this adorable little chocobo. Next up, we have this adorable little Moogle, also from Roy's Toys. And the winner of this cute little fellow is David Giard. So congratulations on winning this little fellow. And the final prize that we have to draw from Final Fantasy IV is the first signed poster. And we're just unrolling that now to show us from the last story. Signed poster.
Hand signed.
Yes, thank you, Rennie.
As
And,
opposed to foot signed.
yeah, exactly. That was generously donated by our friends over at UFF site and RPG site. So, the winner of that amazing poster is, drumroll this time because now I know how this works, is James Wilder.
Oh yeah.
So congratulations everyone on the FF4 prizes.
Yes, thank you for your donations. Keep it up.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So what do we ask for donations?
One moment. $3,419.90.
Good job, guys.
Awesome,
Keep
yeah.
it up.
Thanks.
That's great.
Keep it up.
so I will get the FF13 prizes put together, and then we can start to hype those.
All right.
So you might have noticed that he went through a boss battle in the middle of that. It's not really all that difficult. There's just one thing you kind of have to be aware of. There's a move called Wrecking Ball, which
is aptly named to be sure.
Yes,
Yeah.
it will wreck you. It won't necessarily kill you in one hit if you have full health, but
It can if the game wants to troll.
Yeah. But what zoning does is he builds that chain gauge in a certain way so that when he finally pushes the stagger over, it just cancels out the first cannon or wrecking ball or the second one,
Yeah,
whichever one it is.
similar to canceling Crystal Rain.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit,
So it's
that's
basically
bullshit.
the same idea.
Anybody want to hit hope? No? Okay. Good. Alright. Yeah, this can actually become a really annoying battle if they decide to just target like.
And that's what a lot of people found really annoying about this game, is that if your main, like the person you're controlling dies, it's game over, so if the game just decides to attack that person and that person only...
I was fine. I was really hoping he'd have loading screen.
And if you're like me and anal about not retrying anything ever.
That was me. I did Enki and Enlil the first time. I sold all my Phoenix Downs for money, because I thought, you'll get more. And you didn't. And so I had to fight Enki and Enlil with Vanille only. It took me 47 minutes because I refused to retry. And I sat there casting arrow to deal 300 damage each. I had to deal 70,000 damage to each boss.
That sounds like something I'd do, except for the selling the Phoenix Downs, because I'd be like, oh, well, I could use it on my other party members if they go down.
Yeah, that wasn't a good idea. Well, the thinking was, I haven't died yet.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I think I had one, and I used it really early on. It was not smart. I also got an edge assault there, so 6% drop rate. All right, Hope, you do that.
Do your thing, buddy.
Yeah, I always kind of talk to the game when I play, because I don't usually have game sound, I just listen to music. So when I actually hear all the characters like saying stuff throughout the run, it's like, oh, that's right, they do have little things in there.
Left side, safe side.
There it is. Although directly followed up with going around the right side.
Well, but that's not
to run
dodging
down
an enemy.
the right side.
That's not dodging an enemy.
Anyone got a fork so they can kill this first? Alright, here's March of the Dreadnoughts coming up, which
Best
is
part of this chapter.
a lot of people really like March of the Dreadnoughts. There's nothing good about this chapter from my book at this point. After playing after running this game for so long, this chapter is misery
This
and
chapter,
pain.
yeah, this chapter's no fun, but the dreadnought part is.
Oh, this is going really well. There's wood.
I should actually be able to take him out with this.
There you go.
This button is like super loud. It makes me feel like I'm mashing it so hard.
So the point of this game
Like
is to just step on enemies.
Well, actually, I am trying to get a certain number here to guarantee me getting 20 thick and highs at the end. This is like one of the only things that changes based on what you do in the game, and so the main thing I'm concerned with is taking out a certain number of these. I believe it's 24 or more.
25, I think, because there's.
I'm trying to get the one behind me, but I guess I'm not going to get him.
There's
So,
like
oh, that's-
17, I believe it is, that you almost can't miss, and then you have to get.
16 you can't miss, and then you need to pick up 8 or 9.
Yeah.
I've missed it with 8. I must have miscounted because pretty much everyone tells me that's 24, but I get 25 to be on the safe side. Except for
get
now,
25.
I just get like 30 because I don't really care about being that precise anymore.
This is a marathon.
You'll notice
Yeah,
you did a
make
swing
sure.
attack that just took out a whole bunch. Yeah, you can do that without doing that swing attack because that
It
slows
costs
you
time,
down. But whatever, it's more fun.
Yeah. Alright. Don't have to resist the urge to talk back to Hope every time he says
I know the feeling.
Not that I hate Hope in here. Like, please get out of the encounter zone. Not all the way out of the encounter zone. Oh man. I should have waited there because usually that one in the back is a little far forward, but because he was so far back, he didn't see me when I ran in. So right now I can pull them both out. And then I'm going to leave the encounter zone, say stay on that side, and then I'm going to go on the left side, and then I'm going to go down the left side again, and
Left side, safe side.
Sounds a bit of a choke, but hey, whatever.
See, when you first start running, you're like, I have way more room on the right side, I'm going to go right side. No! Left side, safe side.
That actually saved, that didn't save time, but it actually didn't cost me that much time, because usually I have to wait for that guy to get out of my way. Hopefully these guys are still in the same spot though, because that could suck if they aren't. Cool.
If you want to read some comments or something too, like...
Yeah, we've got a ton of comments to go through on there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. If you wanna.
Yeah, I'm really just running right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight Odin.
Oh, you
and
got the
really
computer over there. I was gonna say if you wanna.
Oh, yeah,
slide
yes.
it
Alright,
over.
well, I'll
just
do a
step
little
up
bit of
here.
prize hype here. I'm setting up the 13 prizes, and then we can go through all the comments.
Perfect. Yeah, you've got like 20 minutes before I do anything that I'm gonna have to concentrate on.
Yeah. But this is the Odin fight. I'm not going to troll you about special tricks in the Cylon battle.
Just the only thing I do here is I attack so that Lightning and Hope get separated, and then I throw potions constantly so that Hope doesn't die, so that Odin keeps trying to kill Hope. And other than that, it's a pretty standard sort of thing.
Occasionally, Lightning and Hope won't separate from each other, so when he does his skyward swing, or whatever it's called, it'll catch both of them, and then you're both flying in the air and not dealing damage, and it makes people cry.
It can be especially annoying when he decides to chain Lightning and uses skyward swing followed by some move like his rush attack followed by Bandara, which is unavoidable to die to.
Yeah. But you'll notice it's going pretty quick. This is actually going pretty good for...
This is actually going to be
Yeah.
So I lost my sword.
Well,
So we have some prizes for Final Fantasy 13 donors here. First up, we have 4 different beautiful steel cases for Final Fantasy 13-2, contributed.
I believe those are only released in Europe.
Okay, and Rinny just added, only released in Europe. Again, contributed by the very generous people of RPG Site and UFF Site. We also have a collector's edition of Final Fantasy 13-2 for the Xbox 360, which includes some art, and I believe there is also a strategy guide for 13-2 that's coming, but hasn't arrived yet, so I can't...
I believe it's the collector's edition too, so...
Of the strategy guide as well. Nice. And then finally, we have a Final Fantasy 13 faceplate for an Xbox 360. To get in on the faceplate or the steel cases, simply donate $5 at any time during Final Fantasy 13. And to get in on 13-2 automatically, you just need to donate $10 or more at any time during Final Fantasy 13. So, yeah, thank you very much for your continued generous contributions, and good luck to everyone in the draw.
so this is the first time you'll see a summon be used in the game.
I'm gonna get him!
The way summons work in this game is you summon them, they take the place of your party member, their timer slowly runs down, and then you go into what's called Gestalt mode, that's this. You have a list of attacks and then an ultimate. Usually the ultimate does a lot of damage. When you're Odin, it doesn't. It has a nifty little effect. I'll let Zoning explain that. 'Cause he knows
Well,
it
right
better than
here,
I do.
you'll notice you'll never actually kill an enemy by damage with Odin's finisher. You'll notice there they had no damage indicators. And so Odin's final move has a hidden death technique which is unblockable by any enemy in the game.
Including bosses.
Yeah, any boss can be killed by it. It has a little formula which is 3 times Odin's physical attack times the stagger gauge squared, and that would be like at 200% it would be 2 squared. So and then that gives you a number, and if their HP is below that number, they'll instantaneously be killed. So at a maximum, that is like a level 10 Odin can kill anything below 800,000 HP instantaneously. And so that gets taken advantage of a little bit.
one would think.
Yeah.
That sounds just mildly broken.
Yeah, it's unfortunate
be.
that you can't really break it with speedruns, but for no Crystarium runs, you can just kill everything with it pretty much.
I think in a lot of cases you'd have to.
Yeah, because in some cases the chain gauge or the stagger meter goes up to 999%. Which is
Saucy.
like, you know, 1,000%. So 10 squared is 100.
Yeah, that bomb is really, really fast on the uptake. If the soldier doesn't see you, you can generally squeeze through there pretty quickly. If it does see you, the bomb will turn around and generally it will get you before you even make it to the stairs. It just sprints and teleports into you. It's amazing.
Mind if I squeeze in?
Yeah.
Donation comment?
Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, we still got them from FF4, so.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that we never got around to. Yeah, sorry that we've fallen behind on reading donation comments. We were just spending so much time trying to figure out how the draws worked that just fell behind there. But we figured that out now. We've drawn some FF4 prizes. And on that topic, I'd like to thank Thomas McKenzie, who donated $10. And he said, I had to get this donation in before Final Fantasy IV ended. And just as an aside, you did and you were in those draws, so we got your donation in time.
Behind on reading.
Yeah, we were just behind on reading, exactly. But he said, I had to get this donation in before Final Fantasy IV ended, so I could get in on a chance at those prizes, with more donations to come throughout the marathon. Thank you very much for that. He says he was introduced to Speed Demos Archive from AGDQ 2013, which is how he found out about this marathon. Look forward to catching as many amazing runs as I can. And he also gives a shout out to Carrie Fry for the awesome Reaver FF8 shirt, which is his favorite Final Fantasy. Keep up the good work, guys, and we have a donation goal to crush. Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
And we are well on our way.
Yeah, definitely. And if you do really enjoy Final Fantasy VIII, FF Gamer is playing that one at, what is it? It is Saturday night our time. So Saturday night North American time.
Mountain Standard.
8:25 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time.
So 10:25
PMT
Eastern.
-6.
Yeah.
My mistake, Mountain Daylight Time.
Yeah. And, yeah, on the topic of Carrie Fry and those awesome shirts, if you're not familiar with what we're talking about, they are available at theyeti.com/crystals. Carrie Fry, brilliant artist, who did this beautiful poster hanging above us.
I believe, did she do this shirt? I can't remember. I know this is a Yeti shirt, but I can't remember if she did this one off the top
Yeah,
of my
I'm
head
not
or
sure.
not.
Anyhow, yeah, 2 shirts she's made for Crystals for Life, both available at theyeti.com/crystals, and $3 of every shirt sold is going to be donated to JDRF by the Yeti. So, yeah, very generous of them to get involved. Trigger Lily sends us $30 and
Hey,
writes,
Trigger!
and she writes, put this donation to Blindfolded Crowd Clash.
Yeah.
And now I think Zoning's going to have to give me a little context here. Tell Zoning that if he gets trolled by Gandalf, I will lose all respect for him.
So Gandalf was that one Seath back in Chapter 3 that didn't troll him at all.
Yeah, normally he has a reputation for not getting out of the way for minutes even, and so Brett and I don't know if it was Brett or Lily came up with the idea of Gandalf because of you shall not pass.
That's where that comes
Well,
from.
I should probably hit that button actually. There we go. Maybe that's necessary.
Yeah, it is kind of necessary.
Alrighty. As the self-described, I might add, Crystals for Life resident old man, Driscollad, says, let's get this started with his $25 donation. Onion Knight is the best kind of knight, and he wants to see that story done in Dissidia. Now, Rinny, how is Onion Knight in Dissidia?
He is so much fun. And he is so fast. And she's absolutely adorable.
Alright.
So all the makings of a perfect character. If you want someone who's incredibly fast and adorable, and the runner actually enjoys playing, vote for Onion Knight.
So Pikachu and Smash.
But if you want to donate for a character that the runner would hate playing, well, now I won't tell you which that would be, but by all means, feel free to donate to a good cause.
Feel
You
free
will
to
find
go.
out when I run if it is a character I just like playing. Possibly.
We'll possibly find out, or it depends on
Possibly.
what it's like.
Okay, Patrick Fletcher sent in a $10 donation saying, "Keep up the great work, guys. Sadly, I have to get to bed for work tomorrow morning." Oh, so I guess it's great that I'm so far behind on reading comments. Sorry.
Sorry,
but
there's a reason.
I'll be watching from there when I get up. Oh, wow, I like your work.
Unbelievable.
And he said, "Put this towards whatever you want." Was that done?
That was
already?
done.
Yeah.
Okay. Brian Dew sends in $5 saying, "Here's another donation," and he can't wait for the Final Fantasy 13 blindfolded fight. Good luck.
Neither can I.
Neither can I.
Oh.
That should be
That's
interesting.
gonna be a sight to see.
Oh,
Or not see.
Yeah, or not.
I see. Oh, wait a
Anyone
minute.
that's not seeing?
I'm not sure if I did see what you did there.
Better safe than dead.
I certainly did see what you did there.
So we have a $5 donation from Brandon Christman, who says, "Knowing Mox, zoning that is, I'm guessing you ran to Edmonton.
Hey, Zucker.
Good luck and don't catch anything while you're out there.
Gosh.
Can't afford to have you down for another 6 months." Oh, you got really sick?
I had mono last year
Oh.
about this time, and I was marathon training for 2 months with it, and so I lost like 35 pounds and was sick until earlier this year even.
Ouch.
Wow.
Yeah, that was not so much fun.
I can imagine.
But yeah, well, cheers, Zucker.
Okay, we have $10 from Christopher Lamontagne. He says, "My sister has diabetes, and it's a very difficult thing for a young adult to deal with. Thank you to all the runners for participating towards this great cause." Well, thank you very much for your donation. And he says, "Please put this towards Final Fantasy VI 100%. That's a classic and always a good choice."
Indeed.
And yeah, our very best wishes to your sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, actually, it was earlier today, or I guess technically yesterday now, when we kicked off. There were 2 volunteers from JDRF who came out here, both of whom were type 1 diabetics, and they were talking about the challenges associated with this disease, and it was, yeah, very sobering. We have a $30 donation from Robert Conley, who says, "Shout out to my man Zoning, who brought me here in the first place. It's a great event for a great cause. Put this towards blindfolded proud cloud." Zoning, congrats on the world record.
Oh, thanks.
It was the first run I got to see the whole way, and we need to hang out at some point. This is from Madagan?
Yeah. Yeah! We missed. We decided too late where to go, so we wasn't on stream. Hit me up. PM me, man. There you go. Oh shoot, I'm on a corner.
Turns out you can't run through up
You know, I kind of forgot just how much of a mishmash of random characters that sign is in the shop, in the bar. It's like Greek, Cyrillic, Roman.
Pretty much just throw everything so it doesn't look like anything.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we have a $15 donation from Arthur Galfreto. He says, "Hey guys, it's Biff." Oh, okay, I guess that's who, there was some naming afterwards earlier. Okay. He says, "Hey guys, it's Biff. Thanks for everything. C4L hype." Thank you for that.
Thank you.
This donation is to rename Cloud in FF7 Cloud FFT, spelled Claude FFT, I suppose. The French restream supports Steve Claude, even though Final Fantasy Tactics isn't represented in this marathon, but congrats on his record. Thanks to Mr. MV for this French restream. Absolutely.
Big
Thank you
shout
so
out,
much.
Mr. MB.
Yeah, thank you both for the support of doing the restream from Mr. MV and just the amazing support we've received from the French gaming community in general. And Arthur goes on to say, to conclude, everyone in the room shout France Z. Now, people are sleeping because it's past midnight here, so instead, how about on the count of 3, everyone in the room whisper France Z.
I can do that.
1, 2, 3.
France Z!
There we go.
Well done, everybody. Well done. So this is the first part of the game where he actually like buys stuff and sells things. You probably noticed him sell off a lot of like weapons, accessories. He does that so he has the money to buy components so he can upgrade.
This is the first time RNG can really troll.
Yeah.
Aside from those encounters earlier, I lose about a minute to a minute and a half if I don't have enough components for it ×3, but it looks like I will.
Yeah, so the more organic...
Nope! Here we go!
Oh, come on!
Yeah! So I guess I could fight these guys, but I don't really feel like it.
Yeah, so what that means is his sword isn't upgraded as much as it normally would be, and it's going to take quite a few more hits to kill a few things.
I have to kill 2 wolves, 4 slugs, a behemoth, and like 25 million slugs.
Or 10.
You could say that.
Yeah, so quote-unquote organic components, you use those to upgrade the multiplier until you get experience ×3. Then you use quote-unquote mechanical components to actually give it experience. And then you upgrade your weapons that way.
Yeah.
And your accessories too. And then you can also transform them once they get to max. Oh my goodness! Max level.
Oh. The other one got off the wall really early. And the thing that I hate most about this encounter is before I respawn. It's like a mile away.
You might have noticed when he was dodging, right as the Panther was about to get him, he would cut left really sharply. Again, left side, safe side. If you do that, the way these things swipe,
Yeah, they're not gonna get me.
it just, if you cut left for whatever reason, they will catch you less.
Yeah, it's something to do with like the hitbox moves within it. I guess it gets really, because they kind of do this, they programmed it really aggressively on the right side, and it's like completely absent on the left side. The dog can be in Hulk's shoulder and not hit him. So, I mean, I'll take that over it making sense, because that way I can actually dodge them.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm not going to be too mad about that. Oh, shoot.
You'll notice it quite a bit, and even on like other enemies that don't do that, sometimes you'll see him just cutting left because it makes you feel better.
Well, yeah, and it's good to just cut, because sometimes they'll try and run past you, and so because I do it for the dogs anyway, I just do go left on everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys...
Perfect.
Yeah.
You know,
There is a developer